If you repeat the question, I don't remember.
Okay. What do you think about people with intellectual disabilities or any kind of disabilities like getting made fun of?
It's not nice, but people do it, and I think it's like kind of like people who see it as okay when you're like in your small group of friends. But like I think if they made fun of someone like on the street, like made a joke about them, that's like meaner and not really accepted by society.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Unfortunately, whether the person has a physical handicap, whether you can see it or not, anybody who is just a little bit different gets this kind of abuse. And personally, I really feel that people who have disabilities and are out there trying every day, day in and day out, they are to be admired because they have so many roadblocks that we don't have. So I really feel that they do their best, and anybody who needs to put down another person because they're different or they're not like them or they're afraid of the difference is just wanting to feel better about themselves, and that's all ego. So.
And my other thing is that like people that have intellectual disability or any kind of disability, like it's not their fault. Many of them are born with it. Well, I mean, like, yeah, if you like stupidly like, you know, go down a mountain, like you're not careful about it, you break your legs, yeah. But I'm talking about like people like, you know, like at their mental capacity, like it's not their fault that they were born that way, or that their environment caused them to be like that. So.
Oh, hi, I'm Jessie.
Hi, Jess.
Okay, Jess. How do you feel about handicapped people?
I don't feel like they're any different than from who we are. They just have more needs than we do, so they're treated differently.
Okay. How do you feel when you see a handicapped person in the hallway?
I kind of have condolences for them because they can't do as much things as we can because of like their position, but I don't know, I guess they're kind of the same as we are.
Why do you think people make fun of handicapped people?
Because it's easy to do because they aren't like them, they're different, but they shouldn't because they're just as good as they are.
What's it like helping children with disabilities every day?
Okay. Hi, I'm Mr. Kranash. I'm the life skills teacher at Tenet. What's it like working with students with disabilities every day? It's probably pretty much like what every teacher deals with. You know, you're following the rules and learning lessons. We work on a different level, and
How do you feel when people criticize children who are handicapped?
I don't, you know, it's awful. It's kind of how you'd feel about anybody being criticized. You know, it's not really needed. You know, most people are lucky to have what they have. A lot of the kids, especially a lot of kids that might make fun of kids, which isn't often. Most kids are nice to my students. Mm-hmm. You have to think you guys can like call up a friend and go out to the movies and without much thought. Whereas my guys, there's a lot more to it, and that. So you kind of have to like keep it in perspective. So I actually think that usually I feel bad for people that criticize my students because who would? Why would you criticize somebody with a disability? So usually there's something, I hate to say it, there's something not right for a person that would do that, you know. So that's just my take on it.
Brother and stuff. So what disease does your brother have?
My brother has cerebral palsy. And it's a disease where your brain muscles, your brain and your muscles don't really connect and like send messages back and forth well.
How do you feel about having a handicapped brother?
Having a handicapped brother is actually one of the most wonderful things. He can teach you so many things without even really meaning to. And just deal with it's a roller coaster ride, but it's kind of a fun one sometimes.
What do you do on a daily basis to take care of him?
On a daily basis, I have to, when he comes home from school, I have to take him off the bus and get him out of his wheelchair, take off his mufflers, his hearing aids, change his diaper. Then he has a feeding tube, So that means setting up a feed for him and setting up that, connecting him up to it, and then after it's done beeping, disconnect him, change his diaper again, and just make sure he's like has something to do with him.
So wait till kingdom come, all the highs and lows are gone. A little bit longer and I'll be fine. I'll be